Have you listened to Tyler's new album? I did. I'm going to give my review. To start off, I do want to note I was not always a Tyler, the Creator fan. I knew a few of his songs before Chromacopia. When Chromacopia first released, I was like, wow, he has some real talent. And even those songs took a little while to grow on me. But after that, I went back, listened to some of his older work. I can appreciate it. There, I found several more songs of his that I like. But I want to give that as a note because the hardcore Tyler, the Creator fans may not agree with me on some of the things I'm about to say. All right, getting right into it. Big Poe, 10 out of 10. It's a little gracious, but on my scales, it makes sense. It's solid right from the start. It instantly had replay value for me. Comes out with a lot of passion and energy and really got me excited for the rest of the album. Next up is Sugar on My Tongue. It has some repetitive lyrics throughout it, which normally docks some points, but the instrumentals it builds to are very beautiful and addicting. I gave it an 8 out of 10. The next one is Sucker Free. It's a good track. The voice box background vocals are a nice touch. It's 8 out of 10. Next up, we have Momonim, and I wasn't going to give this a rating at first because it's so short. It's about a minute long, but I do really like the almost like an interlude that it is. It's just over a minute long, but it's done pretty well. I gave it a 7 out of 10. All right, this is where people might start to disagree with me. Stop Playing With Me is not really doing it for me. I've listened to it again. Originally had a 3. I bumped it up to a 4 because the overall rating of this album just didn't reflect. I went back and listened again. I just don't know if it's going to grow on me anymore. We'll see as I listen more times in the future, and I might revise this later. Ring 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 sounds like classic Tyler, the Creator to me, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 7 out of 10, solid 7. All right, Don't Tap the Glass / Tweakin'. It's almost like 2 songs in one. This first half of this song I really enjoyed. Had an awesome tempo. His flow is really good. It sounds like classic Tyler when he's rapping as far as lyrics go, but the flow was amazing. I really enjoyed it. And then halfway through, it changes to the Tweakin' part of the song, which was fine, but in my opinion, if those were 2 separate songs, Don't Tap the Glass would get way more play value from me. That's why I only gave it a 7 out of 10. I didn't recognize the female vocalist on Don't You Worry Baby. It was a very solid track. Tyler wasn't heard much. He had a little bit of ad-libs here and there. Good track, 6 out of 10. I'll Take Care of You is probably my second favorite song off this record. It has a very interesting introduction to the song. It almost sounds like a retro 8-bit game or something. It's like Zelda Link to the Past as a little intro. It's not an exact sample, but it sounds very similar. This track is very solid. I really enjoyed this song, very beautiful. And ends with the same type of 8-bit sample at the end, 10 out of 10. All right, Tell Me What It Is. It's a good outro. Feels like it wraps up the album with the softer elements and then the sound he's developed throughout, which sounds almost like 80s dance music is what I've kind of figured it out to be in my head. I give it a 9 out of 10. Thought it was a good, solid outro. Talkbox sprinkled throughout with some dance elements all throughout this album. He forged some new paths for himself, and I see several of these songs becoming hits and songs of the summer. First half of the album is very dance and upbeat. Second half of the album has some of his softer, more melodic songs. His entire album has elements similar to like 80s dance music, as I mentioned earlier, and this album scores a 7.6 when I add up all my totals there from the rankings. That doesn't sit right with me for this record. I'm going to bump it up to an 8, and over time when I'm listening to it, I'm hoping that that will reflect correctly, and I think it will. That's not much more to go up. I'm sure some of these songs will get higher ratings as I keep listening to them. That's how it tends to happen when I listen to music. Comparing this album to Chromacopia is a little difficult because Chromacopia felt more premium and professional to me, and that's not a knock on Don't Tap the Glass. It's 2 different aesthetics going into this. When I was first adding up all my initial scores from my first listen through, the score was lower, and I went back through and was a little less harsh on some of the songs because the low ones really brought the score down. I think 8 is a solid score for this album, and that's what I'm going to keep on it. If you've listened to it, let me know what you thought, if you're a Tyler, the Creator fan, or if you're not. And please follow and like the video so that way I can grow and make more content like this. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.